This was the summer of 1903 in San Francisco. Working folks meandering in their Sunday best on an autumn afternoon. There were plenty of reasons to feel good. This young city was the hub of the Pacific, a rich, fun town. The biggest and wealthiest west of the Mississippi. The port attracted all kinds. Some were fast operators who made quick bucks and flaunted it. But the backbone of the city and its heart were thousands and thousands of working people. For a man who earned a paycheck, this was possibly the best place in America to be. Here, with his tools and a union card, he could earn a high wage and even work an 8-hour day, a feat only dreamed of in other cities. Tradesmen and working women were eager for a chance at a decent life.
Well, building trades workers, like all skilled workers, had a very strong sense that without them, there would be no San Francisco. Without them, there would be no California, no United States.
The people who were doing the work were not that far removed from the people who were paying the bills.
Well, in many ways, San Francisco was a city full of men and women on the make. There was no established governing class, no established ruling class. Everyone came in very quickly and tried to make a go of it.
San Francisco bustled with its self-importance. The rich hobnobbed in their private clubs, while working folks haggled over politics in waterfront saloons. But on April 18th, 1906, for everyone living in this remarkable city, time had run out. San Francisco staggered. 3,000 people lay dead, and more than 200,000 were now homeless, and nearly 30,000 buildings destroyed. The earthquake and fire had devastated the city.
All that labor had gained in the 60 years from the gold rush up until the earthquake was going into question. The question that was raised was whose city was this going to be after the fires had gone out and reconstruction was beginning.
The army marched in with supplies to organize a relief effort, while the people of San Francisco started doing what they did best. They got to work. From all parts of this battered town came ironworkers and carpenters, pile drivers and bricklayers, tradesmen of all kinds. Working people with bare hands and simple tools would raise this city from the ash.
How do you create the emotional energy around saving a city? People who had money started a very deliberate campaign to sell the city. They wanted to make sure that everybody knew that San Francisco may have had a catastrophic earthquake and fire, but that they were going to rebuild, and they were going to rebuild better.
There were great fortunes at stake, ensuring the city would rise again. For years, the port had attracted risk-takers and gamblers. Isolated from the rest of the country, with no political restraints, some of these speculators amassed great fortunes. They became bonanza kings, railroad czars, and banking lords. As their money grew, they maneuvered for power. Working people got ahead too. Class lines were fluid. The upper crust reflected newly acquired wealth. Rich and poor often knew one another. Many of the city's tycoons hadn't always been rich. Old-time tradesmen might recall when a fat cat wore a tool belt or stood behind a store counter.